Hey guys, I have another live brush swatch video for you. This one is of the Milani Soft and Sultry Eyeshadow Palette, and I will be using the MAC 242 for shimmer shades, the MAC 239 for matte shades, and all of this will be over the Milani eyeshadow primer. I will be using the Vermona color switch to clean my brushes in between swatches. So they describe this palette as cool neutrals and smoked out metallics. There are 12 shades. Each shade is 1 gram or 0.04 ounces. And this is the outer packaging of the palette. It's very reflective. So the shades are organized into 3 quads. The first is weekday, the second is weekend, and the third is fun day. So this is what the shadows look like. And unlike the last palette I did, this one has a lot of matte shades. So there are actually 8 matte shades, 1 shimmer shade, and then 3 foil shades. So I'm applying the Milani eyeshadow primer. As you can see, it has a bit of a tint to it. And then going in, once that's set, with the MAC 239 brush into the first quad. This is a matte shade called Bear It All, and they describe this as a pale beige, so it's pretty similar to my skin tone. And the second shade of this quad is called Tantation. It is also a matte, and they describe this as a peachy nude. And then the first foil shade is called Foxy Lady, and they describe this as a chocolate bronze. And then the last shade is a matte called After Hours, and they describe this as a deep taupe. So for the second quad, the first shade is called Diamonds and Pearls. This is the only shimmer of the palette, and they describe this as an icy white gold. The next shade is a matte called Soft Touch, and they describe this as a nude fawn. The next shade is a foil called Come Hither. It is a chestnut with silver reflect, and I think this is one of the better performing shades of this palette. And then finally there is a matte called Untamed, and they describe this as espresso. And as you can see, it goes on kind of patchy, so I really had to work to try and blend that out. Alright, the last quad, the first shade is a matte called In the Buff, and they describe this as a pale cream. It actually has decent pigmentation for a light shade, I think. The next one is also a matte called Smokin' Hot, and they describe this one as a taupe as well. And then the next one is a foil. This one is called Sweeter Than Chocolate, and they describe it as a chocolate with gold reflect. And then the last shade is called Naughty Night. It is a matte, and they describe this as a jet black. So as far as the shade selection goes, I think they could have done without having both of those dark matte shades, especially since the Untamed shade didn't perform that well. So I'm removing those swatches using a Kirkland makeup wipe, and I just wanted to show you the staying power of some of those swatches. And then I wanted to try and build up diamonds and pearls because it didn't apply that well over the primer. So this is an unprimed arm, but I am using the brush. So there it is with the brush, and here I'm using my finger to apply the swatch. And generally with these shimmery or foiled shades, a finger swatch is going to give you a better payoff. So there you can see the difference between the brush and the finger swatch. So this is what the palette looks like after all of those swatches, and as you can see, there isn't a lot of kick up with these shadows. So would I recommend this palette? I think some of the shades definitely performed better than others. If you don't have a lot of cool toned eyeshadow palettes, it might be worth looking into because there aren't a ton of them on the market, especially at the drugstore. So I would say if you can find this on sale or if you can use a coupon code, it might be worth picking up. But hopefully my brush swatches here help you make that decision for yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.